you tell me, how can I find tan 210 degrees, right? Then you would use this, right? Tan 180 plus 30, right? This can be written as tan 180 plus 30, right? How much is tan 180 plus 30? This formula says that tan 180 plus or minus 30, or let's take plus because it's 210 is more than 180. So 180 plus theta is tan theta, right? Means tan 30, right? But then 210 is in which quadrant? Take a look at that. 210 is in third quadrant where tan is positive. So this is positive tan theta. You know what I mean? So this is positive tan 30. So the actual value didn't change, but the sign might change. But here, since it's a third quadrant, the sign also didn't change. Let's try to find cos 150 degrees. Okay, so 150 can be written as 180 minus 30, right? Cos 180 minus 30, and we know that cos 180 minus theta is cos theta, right? So this should be cos theta, or which is cos 30, or cos 30. How about the sign here? 180 minus 30 is 150. 150 is which quadrant? Second quadrant. In second quadrant, what is cos? Cos is negative, right? So this is negative cos 30. So cos 150 is minus cos 30. And how much is cos 30? It's root 3 over 2. So it's minus root 3 over 2. Let's do one more question. How much is sine, say, 270? Sine 270 can be written as sine 360 minus 90, right? So if you observe, I'm always taking either 180 or 360, right? Because we know at 180 and 360 it remains the same. All the trigonometric functions remain the same, and the signs might change, right? And that's why we are using this information to find what happens to the sign depending upon which quadrant it is. So here it's sine 360 minus 90, and 360 minus theta, sine 360 minus theta is sine theta, right? This is sine theta. Oh well, I put the dash because it could be either plus or minus. We need to find the sign. So this is not minus. This could be either plus or minus depending upon which quadrant. This is like an underline or dash. So sine theta. And 270 is in which quadrant? 270, if you see, we put 360 minus 90, so this should be in the fourth quadrant, right? And in the fourth quadrant, what is sine? Negative, right? So this is minus sine theta, which is 90, right? This is 90. And what is sine 90? It's 1, so minus 1, right? Let's do one more question. What is sine 210 degrees? Well, this should be written either 180 or 360. It's close to 180, so let's write 180 plus 30, right? And what is sine 180 plus theta? It's plus, it's just sine theta depending upon the sign. So this would be sine 30, right? And how about the symbol here? Let's see, 210 is in which quadrant? It's more than 180, less than 270. So it's third quadrant. What is sine? Sine is negative. So this is negative sine 30. What is negative sine 30? Sine 30 is half, is minus half. You see? So sine 210 is nothing but minus half. Okay, so let's do some more questions on this. What is cos 330? So 330 can be written as 360 minus 30, right? And cos 360 minus theta is cos theta, right? And what about the sine here? This is fourth quadrant and your cos is positive, so this is plus cos theta or plus cos 30, which is root 3 over 2. So cos 330 is root 3 over 2. Now let's see what happens if I don't use 180 or instead I use 270 or 90. So here are the formulas. What happens if I use 270 or 90? Say if I use sine 270 plus theta, this is actually cos theta. You see, at 270 and 90 the trigonometric functions changes. So sine changes to cos and cos changes to sine. Similarly, tan changes to cot and cot changes to tan. And similarly, secant changes to cosecant and cosecant changes to secant. So in summary, we have sine 90 plus or minus theta is cos theta, sine 270 plus or minus theta is cos theta, cos 90 plus or minus theta is sine theta, and cos 270 plus or minus theta is sine theta, and tan 90 plus or minus theta is cot theta, and tan 270 plus or minus theta is cot theta. So if you see at 90 and 270, all the trigonometric functions are changing the functions to either sine from sine to cos, cos to sine, tan to cot, cot to tan, and then secant also changes to cosecant, and cosecant changes to secant, which I haven't written it here. But at 180 and 360 the functions don't change, they just remain the same, except the signs always changes or might always change depending upon which quadrant the trigonometric function or the angle is. Even here, if you take sine 270 plus theta, it changes to cos theta, and the sign also changes because 270 plus theta is fourth quadrant. Doesn't matter if it's plus or minus, because 270 plus theta is in the fourth quadrant and 270 minus theta is in the third quadrant, and in the both quadrants sine is negative, so this will be minus cos theta. So here we can easily put minus, right? But whereas here 90 plus theta and 90 minus theta, it's positive because it's first or second quadrant, it's always positive. Sine is always positive because here all the functions are positive. We are actually getting very close to the 15 minutes, so I'll just stop it right here and we'll go to the next session pretty soon.